when I heard about this thing called Google Fiber, and I happen to know the dude who is firing and fibering up the community about Google Fiber, I reached out to him in my social maven ways and asked him to just come and do a quick talk. He asked me why, and I said, well, because our community wants information, and I think that this kind of community would want to know about what's happening for Google Fiber so that we can all take advantage of it, since there's a little competition going on for it. So I'm going to invite Arik to come up now, since we've got a little extra time as we're waiting for some folks to fill in the back. So come on up. Come on up. And welcome.
Thanks, Sin. And in case you're wondering why I was running, it's because movies with scenes where people run up to stages are cool. And I'm actually filming this right now. I'll tell you why in a minute. As Sin noted, there's been a lot of buzz about Google Fiber coming to the community, and a lot of people are asking the question, well, is there anything I can or should do, and trying to figure out where to go get information. So a couple of the people that I work with are working directly with the city. They're working directly with Google to manage the process, and they're a little bit heads down. It's hard to keep everybody updated on exactly what and when to do. And since there's so many sources of information, it's hard to know who to listen to. And a lot of people think they know what they're talking about, but they kind of don't know what they're talking about. Which is true in a lot of other cases, not just in the case of fiber. So what I was going to share with you guys is how to stay best informed and where to go to figure out what and when you are able to do some stuff, because there will be specific actions that the city officials will ask for your help on, and they will be very timely. And so there's a couple sources of information. For the people that are on Twitter, there's one official Twitter account that's going to be communicating exactly what the city wants to share, and that's RDU Fiber. So the Twitter account RDU Fiber is the official one. There's probably a dozen, if not more, other Twitter accounts that have popped up talking about fiber in our communities. RDU Fiber is the one that will validate the information and provide information direct from the source. Two, they've also asked me to help you guys understand that a lot of people are going to say you can do this or you can do that. You know, there's websites popping up like, hey, give $10 here, $10 there. The stuff that's going to come from Google via the city is the most important stuff. So make sure that you have sort of a noise filter. Don't just listen to any random website that's talking about do this, do that. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about my random website, which is also a random movie, and you guys can choose whether or not to tune me out. So it's called Fibered Up. I'm producing a documentary, a behind-the-scenes documentary about exactly what the city is going through, who the players are, and how the community is supporting that. So it's a celebration of the community coming together to try to get ready for something as big as Google Fiber. For folks that don't know just how cool it would be to have something like fiber, I'm going to be posting lots and lots of stories, photos, articles from people that are experts on the topic and entrepreneurs, people like Duarte, who's in the academic field and an innovator in spaces of like hyper-local, but connectivity around the world and things like that, travel and tourism projects. One key thing that a lot of people have also had a little confusion about is where fiber is going to go, and it's going to go to the residences first. So that means, and to put it in just like a very simple way, that our homes are now going to be 10 to 100 times more advanced than our places of work. And that means that all these devices we have and all these creative ideas that we have, we're going to be able to do from our homes now first, and think of the place of work as where you keep your junk folder, right? At least that's my version of it. I've got an office where there's just a desk full of bills, and then I've got other places where I do actual work. So anyway, I wanted to thank Sin. Fiberedup.com is also a movie, and there's details about how to get involved. I am looking for killer locations, local businesses that would like to share their perspective, people that are interested in being on the production team or sharing their voice and actually answering the question for themselves of what can I do. You can be part of this experience as well. So fiberedup.com, hashtag fiberedup, RDU Fiber. Those will be legitimate sources of information. And so keep an eye out for action items coming up in the future. The deadline for the city to submit is May 1st. So that's when all the work is going to happen between now and May 1st. So the launch of the movie is also going to happen May 1st to sort of celebrate that all this work is completed. So thanks, Sin, and I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Oh, can everybody just raise their hands and say, "We love fiber" for the movie real quick? We love fiber. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks, Eric. Really appreciate that. If you guys have not gone to the actual Google website, that's fiber.google.com, and press the little test button to see exactly how fast. I was blown away about, I don't know if they're just making that, animated GIF thing, makes it all look fancy, but if it really is that powerful, it's pretty impressive.